YouTube Shorts version. AI slop versus human slop in the old days. Back in my day, crappy videos are made by people. You might have seen a video that will say Supreme Court 9-0 ruling, and it'll mention cars, vehicles, automobile, one of those words, or some of them, sometimes all of them, and it'll include the word firearm, gun, or other, and it will imply, it'll have some dramatic wording to it that has nothing to do with telling you what the fuck this is about, so you have to watch the video, and that is done for ad money, it's clickbait, and it's AI slop. The AI slop machine looks up old and new court rulings, compares keywords that have loaded language to them in these rulings, which is very common, with things people are looking up that have loaded language in it, so that they can get hate clicks and fantasy world clicks, where no matter what they post, either people that hate what the video's about will click on it, and people who love what the video's about will click on it, and people who can't figure out what the video's about because it's poorly worded on purpose will also do it and spend more than 10 minutes watching the video. The car and or home exception for warrantless search and seizure as being exigent circumstances or other, referencing a search of an impounded vehicle in police control with no emergency or furtive thing that has to be taken care of, versus going to a homeowner's house, seeing a car parked in their driveway, and deciding they're going to create a fake set of circumstances that allows them to have a loophole and get away with searching the car when they're there for something completely unrelated and there's no probable cause. This came out on paper. The link I have below to a PDF file is in 2020 October, and the reference you find faster is in 2021 May. And it's always a blurb where they're saying, click here to get more, because people want to monetize your rights and your right to know when your rights change. Name of the decision. This is the one that they're all referencing. When they did, most of them removed the reference or never had it, but when people investigate, they find out what this is, because it's a 9-0 ruling concerning a firearm and a car. Here we go. CANIGLIA. CANIGLIA versus STROM et al. ET space AL et al. You're going to have to look up what all those words mean, but that was in 2020 October, and it's mostly promoted in 2021 May. supremecourt.gov/opinions, which are just law changes most of the time, /20 PDF for 2020, and then it says /20-157_8 mjp.pdf. Now, the other videos don't get to the point. I do get to the point. They don't get to the point until the end, if they ever get to the point. I get to the point as fast as possible most of the time. They get 200,000 views, and I get threats from YouTube flagging me for a video that was blank with no sound or video in it because the video camera didn't record, but somehow that's a violation. I'm whining. So let's get this done. Why would any of you look it up, and why did any of you find my video? I mean, YouTube hates me. It's not going to let you find the video. But why would any of you care about this? Okay, I'm going to say something that will make people angry, because hate makes people click things. A lot of you out there that are seeing comment sections are going to be seeing comments that amount to someone saying, I like getting away with breaking the law, or I like pushing the law or finding loopholes just to own the libs or piss off the ATF or whatever. If you're in Britain, it'll be a different organization. Why are these up there? These are examples of extremely antisocial postings that indicate that the individual, if it was an individual instead of an AI bot, that that individual is a narcissist, a sociopath, an antisocial monster, a criminal mind. That's bait. Some of you have already figured that out. A precious tiny number of you. Some of you suffer from the mimetic infection of it all and start doing it yourself. I have seen in person a lot of people who are, quote, gun fans, or, you know, gun tubers do the same thing. And I don't watch their channels anymore because they keep acting like there's this giant war against them having their hobby. And here's the hobby purposes. You're shooting at targets to gain a skill. That skill is most applicable to hunting. And that skill, if you're doing it in a more tactical way, or tacticulio way, as I sometimes say, for self-defense and defense of your family and home. And in some places, it's literally you're defending your homeland because you're literally at war 24/7 because for some reason some other country decided that they need to kill every one of you. But I'm not naming any names because YouTube will flag that. Even if you're talking about literally repeating the news of the day. Oh, so many killing words. Oh, so many words that will kill your channel just by saying any of them. I didn't get flagged. I got a warning. And then I appealed the warning and they realized, oh yeah, you were reporting the news. I guess we have to let you have a channel. Well, thank you very much. That's mighty nice of you, upper crusty tech bros. So here we go. What is this story about? Exclusively, this is a re-aging or making timeless and ageless a story by digging up an old story and reposting it. This has been around for a very long time. People dig up old stories people forgot about, dress them up like they're new, and they won't even change anything in it. They just change the wording and make it much more urgent. It'll be like Supreme Court 9-0 ruling or unanimous ruling. That's what it should be. Is that unanimous? I don't know. Go look it up. Concerning your rights as a gun owner and having it in a car. Or it could say, if you're trying to appeal to people who are against that, increasing gun violence on the highway, Supreme Court, what were they thinking, blah, blah, blah. And it'll include, you know, act now, own the libs, blah, blah. And the same group will put out 2 videos on 2 different channels to appeal to each group that wants to stick it to the opposition, because dividing us against each other is literally how you make the House fall and Senate. And people do that for money. Sometimes they do that just to get us out of their way, Russia. So yeah, that's what it is. So is this story of any interest to anybody who's interested in safety on the highway or whatever? It's talking about a car parked in your front yard or in your driveway, and you know, did the homeowners association decide that it's not really a parking space, so that's the excuse used? Now I want to bring up a couple of facts. Number one, I want to point out you can see old TV shows. Some of you might be very much aware of this if you're old like me. I'm over 55. Where you'll see old shows where the police were required to wait for permission from a judge, a signed fucking warrant, because originally the rules were crystal clear. Unless there's absolutely some bizarre situation going on, which never happened, you had to have a warrant to search a house, unless there was you were already searching the house for something else. Then people decided that they were going to make a bunch of rules that gave lots and lots and lots of exceptions. We have qualified immunity, which means the cop gets away with breaking the law if they do it for good reason. And then later on, no good reason, just because it had a technicality to it. This all started with the war on drugs, or Reagan era, or maybe you can say it was caused by Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton. Some of you still scream about that, or Obama. You know, thanks Obama. But the point is this is the reality right now. And yeah, you are wrong if you're a conservative. Now, be sure to hate-monger me. Hitting a downvote on this channel will actually give me more views. No, I'm not kidding. Hating on my channel actually gives me more views because it qualifies that as a definitive, completed view, because they started toggling whether or not it's really a view based on whether there's interaction because of so many bots. But anyway, what is the story really about? It's about AI making money for something. It's about stories being created by a large language model, hint, hint, that can look at gobs of data for what you and everybody else search for, because you made sure your phone spews information about what you look for. You make sure your account does it. And if you didn't, Google sure as fuck will, because they run the phones and in your accounts. Or it'll be Apple, or it'll be whatever other company. They're sharing data on what we look up, and people are creating videos with, guess what, the keywords. And they look for the most incendiary, loaded language possible to get people to click things. I looked at a few of these, making sure I opened them not while logged in. I don't log in unless I actually have to upload a video or have to do something specific so that it's not associated with the account. And I have my computer told to basically scramble as much as possible who I am and where I am so I get a fresh view of the YouTube, goodness and YouTube shit. So I don't have to deal with that as much. And it still sends me stuff that way. I know I've done my job right when I go to the YouTube main page and it's blank because it's decided, you know what, if you're not going to share information so I can track you, I'm not going to give you anything. Thank you. The blank screen means I did my job right. So again, is this about firearm search and seizure in a car without a warrant? Yeah. Kinda. Is it a 9-0 ruling? Sure. As it involves your vehicle, car, or automobile? The wording is there, yes, except for automobile for some reason. And is it at the actual U.S. Supreme Court, federal Supreme Court? Yes. And is this recent? Abso-fucking-lutely not. It's a case from 2020 that finished in October and was mostly reported on 2021 in May, and it has nothing to do with anything current, and it's not a gigantic paradigm shift in whatever, so that if you're against guns, they'll do a hate monger to you so that you get mad and click, or maybe happy and click. And the same video will make the same, almost exactly 50-50 split between conservatives and liberals, because then they start fighting in the comment section, and that jacks up the amount of money someone makes off that video. supremecourt.gov, opinions, 20 PDF for 2020, 20-157_8 mjp.pdf. And yes, I could be completely wrong about this. Be sure to say actually as many times as you can. Type in actually twice to prove that you're doing it just a joke. Then make sure you type it correctly, meaning not correctly. And after we're done with that, yeah, it might actually be some other thing, but this is the one that the very few law channels, and more importantly, legal firms, had to refer to as this being a fake news story that's being done since January of 2026. So if you still see this stuff getting 200,000 views as of yesterday, on a video that was uploaded yesterday, that means you're all being fooled. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. You'll need it.